heaven, we imagine that how hell is, how imagine is based on text in the Holy Book. So far there is no problem with Holy Book and fictions then, right? Okay. Are you still in contrast to Mr. Rocky Room? Me? I'm not anymore. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have discussed 4 approaches influencing the fictions or literary work in general. And let's have additional information, and maybe this is not related to the problem of Mr. Rockigung's statement, but this is related to the literary work, or let's say to the fictions. Well, we have discussed outside the literary work. Now let's take a look to the inside elements of let's say fictions. Okay, they are called intrinsic elements. There are 4 intrinsic elements of fictions. First is character and characterizations. Character is individuals take part in the fictions, in the story, and characterizations is how the character runs in the story. First, characterizations, it could be major or minor. Well, major character is individuals who take big portions in the story, while minor character is only individuals who take small portions in the story. The second one is protagonist versus antagonist. Protagonist is individuals who support the story. For example, the story is about thief. So the protagonist is about the thief, while if the story is about police, how police works in proper way, so the protagonist is the police, while the antagonist is individuals who is in contrast to the protagonist. Just like the first story, maybe it's about how thief lie, for example, how thief steals something. So the antagonist maybe is the police. Well, if the story is about how police work in proper way, the protagonist is the police, the antagonist of course is criminals, for example. So that's protagonist and antagonist. The third characterizations is static versus dynamic character. Static character is individuals who is consistent in his or her positions. For example, in the previous one, he is protagonist and he is consistent as a protagonist until the end of the story. While dynamic is individual who is changing their positions. It can be from protagonist to antagonist or vice versa. That's character and characterizations. The second intrinsic element is about plot. So plot is the sequence, how the story, started and finished. Well, there are at least 5 sequences or steps in plots. First is expositions. This is about the introductions, okay, about the characters, about the story, about the setting, and blah blah blah. Okay, the next is rising actions. This is when the problem, comes up, and climax is the peak of the problem. Okay, the falling actions is the step of how to solve the problem, the peak. And the last one is resolutions, or let's say it could be stated as new status quo or new expositions. Okay, this is the impact of the problem, which change the first expositions or introductions. The third is setting. Okay, setting is the informations about the story, where the story took place, took time, and who are individuals in the story. So setting is about the time, place, and also individuals. That's setting. Okay. The third one is setting. Setting is the, data, the informations about where and when the story took place. So that's why there are two mainstream settings. They are setting of time. It is about when the story, took time, and also the third intrinsic element, it is about setting. Setting is informations about where and when the story, takes place. So there are two extreme settings. They are setting of time and setting of place. Okay, you understand about it, I believe it. The last one is the mandate. Mandate is the moral value, is the message from the story, what we can take as a learning, from the story begins. That's mandate. Ladies and gentlemen, in the world there have been billions fictions produced, and the oldest one, discovered by historians and literary men, comes from Japan from 10 centuries ago. Wow, it has been very, very long time ago. Okay, so it is Genji Monogatari, or The Tale of Genji, by Murasaki Shikibu, which portrays the social and psychological problem faced by Japanese in Japan at the time. While in English literature context, the first one was written in 1719 by Daniel Defoe. It is Robinson Crusoe, the story of a sailor who lost to the inhabited island and survive his life there. He find new friends there and create their own languages. It's very interesting. You need to read it. You need to read both novels we have mentioned. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's all about our discussions. And to make us, go back to the first topic, the statement of Mr. Rockiguru, let me give my closing statement. Well, Theodore Adorno said that literature is politics. You agree with that? Okay, I agree with this statement. Well, literature, or let's say here fictions, has intentions to attract people, or let's say reader, to understand the problem, to understand the feeling of individuals in the fictions. And also, the point is to, attract reader to follow the mandate of the fictions. And Holy Book also contains problem, contains explanations, which must be understood by the followers. And also the Holy Book contains mandates, which are needed to be followed by the readers. Here we find the similarities between fictions and also holy books. So now, where is your positions? In contrast or support the statement? Thank you.